Good afternoon, learners. First of all, I would just like to acknowledge there is currently a lock-in session at the hostel and in the school, which means you might hear over the video, you might hear some additional noise if it goes through or if it gets through. I would like to run you guys through a hexagon, a pentagon and a triangle at this point. This is only going to be the hexagon, and then I'll make two separate videos for the pentagon, the two methods for the pentagon, and then the triangle. So if there's any drawing that you have that you might struggle with, you can just have a look at this and you can see how to draw these. So hopefully you can use your own measurements. You can see I've drawn a hexagon here with a base of 40 millimeters. So I have to now redraw this up to scale. So currently what's going to happen is this hexagon has a base of 40. That means all the sides are 40 millimeters and all of the sides are equal. So the first one I want to use, the method I would like to use, we are only going to look at two. We're going to look at the circle method to draw a hexagon, and then we are going to look at the 60-degree method to draw a hexagon. So the first thing is the base measurement that you have, that's here. You always set on your compass. So if I set it there, that's 40 millimeters. So now I'm just going to put my compass on the side here, and just for the sake of having a starting point, I'm going to draw a center line to indicate where I want to start with my drawing. Okay, so I'm going to put my compass in the middle. I'll extend the center line now so it connects onto the side. And then you are going to start by drawing a circle. Now this circle is supposed to be construction. Okay, so here we have the circle, which is a radius 40 at the moment. The base is also 40. Now this is one thing I really want you to focus on. If you look at this hexagon, the way it's placed, and you look at my circle, I'm supposed to have the flat side of the hexagon at the top and at the bottom. On the sides, it connects where the sharp point is. So that's going to indicate where I have to start with my actually cutting off my hexagon. So I'm going to put my compass on the sides because that is exactly where I have to start. And I'm going to cut off towards the top and towards the bottom, that's on the circle itself, and then I'm putting it on the right hand side where the sharp point is, onto the circle here. And now you can go ahead and you already have all the points you need. You can now just connect those lines. Okay, so this can be an A quality because you are currently going to draw in the hexagon here. Okay, so now it looks exactly the same as this. If this was rotated upwards and the sharp points was at the top here, it means I would have just started at the top of the circle and at the bottom, and I would have done exactly the same, cutting off. Now the 60-degree method, I'm just going to do this in line with this drawing. So I'm going to draw a construction line through here, and then on the right hand side I'm going to measure the base, right? So I'm measuring the base here as 40, so 0, 4. So this measurement that I have here is in fact going to be the base of the hexagon, that's 40 millimeters. So now you can grab your set squares. You will see I would always advise you doing this, especially if you're starting out. On the set squares I've put a small piece of tape and I've labeled it 30 degrees, 60 degrees. That way you can see the angle. At some point this won't be necessary for you anymore, and you can just remove the stickers and you would know exactly what the angle is. So from this starting point, you're going to draw a construction line out like that. From the end of the line, also a construction line. Remember, this is now the 60 degrees method. So it's supposed to be 60 degrees that you use there. With the hexagon, all the sides are equal, so you can grab your compass, you can grab your ruler, take the measurement, and then cut it off on that line. So from the left, that's 40, from the right, that's also 40. Okay, so that's an A quality line going up, A quality line going up. Now I want you to draw from here, from the start and from the end of your baseline, just a construction line up. This is going to act as a reference point. You'll see what that's going to be used for in a minute. So there I have the reference points. Now you can go ahead and just use 60 degree again from these points. Okay, so there's 1, 60 degree, 2. And those lines should line up perfectly here at the top to give me, there we go. So that should now be a perfect example of a circle method for a hexagon. That's usually when it comes to the cutting of solids or when it comes to development drawings, you typically use this one more because they give you the base and they give you the top view, which is usually a prism, and then you can just go ahead and draw the hexagon in. But you can use this exact same method if you were to draw a line, let's say from here to the opposite side and from here to the opposite side. You will get the middle point of the hexagon anyway. So I hope this helps, and stay tuned for the pentagon, which is coming up next.